Autofill. We're going to find that we can double-click the fill handle and quickly create a fill over some existing content, or we can create a series that'll copy down in reference to what's called the current region. I've got 5 blocks of data set up to demonstrate some of the conveniences built into Autofill, whereby you can double-click the fill handle to either copy or create a series in a number of different ways. The first example, I want to start a series or initiate a series by typing the first value in that series, Control Enter. When I double-click the fill handle, I'll create a series and overwrite content that's displayed in the contiguous cells below the active cell. Double-click, it copies the series down up to the first blank cell, which is C16. Left-clicking G11, I have my series initiated, and Autofill this time will create a series down to row 15 because the block of data, the current region that's identified by Excel, ends at row 16, where in each column, 1, 2, and 3, there exists no content. So the current region in this case is determined by the columns that are surrounding the column I'm working in. Excel identifies and defines the current region by the content that exists in the entire block of data that in this case includes column 1 and column 5. So when I double-click the fill handle, Autofill fills the series down to row 19. We can also autofill on the left side of our data, which didn't used to be true. And when I double-click, again, Autofill is going to copy the series down up to the point where it runs into blank cells across the entire range of the data block. Double-clicking, that row that's completely blank across the entire range of the data is row 17. We can do the same thing on the right side. Double-click. So as long as there's some data that allows Autofill to define the block, the current region, and there isn't a break in the region and a row that's entirely blank, Autofill will copy the series down, in this case to row 19, because row 20 is completely blank. Again, we can copy and fill the series on the right side of our data block as well. So we found that Autofill will allow us to, by double-clicking the fill handle, create a series over a contiguous range of data. In the current region example 1, we found that Excel will create a series by referencing a current region defined by a block of data that extends down to the first blank row. In example 2, we found that that block of data extends beyond just the columns to the left and right of the column we're working in. In example 3, we found that, again, it copied the series down to the first blank row, but we found we can also copy that series or create that series on the left side of the data and the right side of the data, which is what we did again in example 4. And even though column 2 and 3 are fairly sparse in terms of data points, column 4 allowed the block of data, the current region, to be defined down to row 19.